Thank you for staying with us at Champion News Talk Radio, brought to you by championnews.net. And Jack, during the break, you were fuming about something.
Oh, yeah. You know, getting an honest vote is certainly a big thing here in the state of Illinois. But the other part of it is people have been way too lackadaisical about what the real problems are in the state of Illinois and why we've got to win this election here in the year 12. I don't want to hear anything from anybody about talking about the governor, that we got to be ready to do the governor race in 14. To hell with that. We got to win this race in Illinois here in the year 12. 2012 is when we got to do it. Why is that so? Because if anybody doesn't get it in their head that this is the most crooked state of all 50, and it's not only the most crooked thing, but it is also the most busted state. Our credit rating is below that of California. We got two major reasons why we got to win this election in the year 12, and get at it. People have got to realize we've got a terrible thing facing us. We could go totally bankrupt. We got the pension system that's run by the stinking teachers union. I leave the teachers out of it. It's the education union, because the teachers are one of the victims of their stinking union. I'm using strong words here because those guys do stink, and what they have done to our state is major. They take yearly about $135 million. That's the figure for 2010. And they're doing that similar amount, larger all the time. Take $135 million in dues away from the teachers, and according to the Beck decision from the Supreme Court, 80% of that is going into nothing but politics. And they shouldn't be taking that from the teachers. They have no right under the law to take it, and it should go back to the teachers. There's no way to do it under the law this year, but the teachers got to realize their own union is ruining their lives and the lives of a lot of people, because you take $100 million a year and put that in the hands of the Democrats that are in charge of everything. The Democrats are in charge of the House, the Senate, the governor, the city of Chicago, the whole voting procedure. Those people have got this thing for so long. They own this trouble that we are in, of the crookery and the vast troubles this state is in. They own this problem, and they have to be thrown out of office. And to do that, we've got to realize that maybe your fellow locally is a nice guy Democrat, but the first thing he's going to do when he goes down there is he's going to vote to put Madigan back in charge of the House, or somebody else in the Senate. They're going to vote to put the Democrats back in charge of this debacle that they have built. And this should alarm every citizen that immense amount of money, about $100 million, is going to go, 95% of it will go into the pockets of the Democrat politicians, and it's a force we've got to counter by a lot of hard work, by the work of Tea Party people, which is a vast new resource the Republican has got that we haven't had in the past. The Democrats have had all these union goons to do the work in the streets. Well, we've got the Tea Party people to help out. But the purpose, people got to remember that we are going down to hell in this state. We're going to be busted, and we're going to be tricked in this thing all the way. These rascals have made us the worst example of the 50 states, not the 47 that
57
that Obama says. No, we're in the last extremes of being able to pull this thing out without going over the cliff in Illinois. So we got to be very upset about the condition we're in. And you should also realize we got a darn good chance of doing exactly that, is getting 6 in the House and 6 in the Senate, and throwing Madigan and the rest of the crap that has built up this thing in our state. There are damn few Democrats that are left that are your father's Democrat. That's gone. You got this bunch of crooks that have given us the wrong records to look up to. But we can win this against them. They deserve to be thrown out, and everybody should organize, man and boy. Vote the boys too. Man and woman, we got to go turn out and vote these people out and see that it's an honest vote. So it's great to see what you're doing to protect the vote. It's extremely important. We've been cheated over the years by these rascals that are running it. The Democrats have nothing to be proud of. They have everything to be ashamed of.
Well,
and we should all realize that as we approach this election.
Well,
and we can win it. Don't let pessimism about the size of the problem. The size of the problem is going to cause a reaction that's going to throw these rascal Democrats out of office.
Well, to your point, the Democrats have had the unions and a lot of infrastructure, SEIU. You know what? The Patriots, the Tea Party movement, are true believers in their rights living in a representative republic, and they're taking responsibility on for that. Voter ID laws, ladies. How do we overcome voter ID laws with Rahm Emanuel speaking from his pulpit saying everybody should be able to vote?
The fact is that where there is voter ID, such as in Georgia, that's a good example, more people who he says are disenfranchised, being the African American or the Hispanic vote, actually more Hispanics and more African Americans vote in that state now than prior to having voter ID. So I think it possibly is the reason might be that now they feel that their vote actually counts. So there is a
certain empowerment for having an ID saying this is my license to do this.
And it isn't the white vote that goes up. It's actually the minorities have gone up. Percentage-wise, they're greater in the state that has the ID. So it flies in the face of everything Holder said.
Interesting. Very interesting. Ladies, you know what? I'm looking forward to hearing more from you when you come back after the break. Stay with us.